Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena, the first match of Week 2, Season 54. And after going 3-0 last week, we begin this season about 95 skill rating away from Kyber 1, trying to recreate what happened at the end of Season 52, where we were able to make Kyber 1. We want to do that again with our 6GL free-to-play account. We're not going to do any recap in this one. You can just check out the last video if you want to see that. It was fairly minimal for the week. But a couple nice big defensive performances. My opponent is Sarumo. I am the second smallest account by GP. I'm close to 11 million GP, but everyone in here is about 11 to 12, although there's one guy in here a million less than me at 9.7. Zeta-wise, I'm keeping the pace with everybody else. There's one account in here, though, that's tiny. Cthulhu here, I think he's on screen. Yes, you can see he's got 172 Zetas. This is a guy who's punching up right now. He's probably climbed up a bit. Probably going to have a little bit of a correction happening this week. My opponent is at 8 GLs, and this is a bracket with surprisingly 3 players like me with only 6 GLs. Relic, though, my opponent is quite strong at 207. You can see even Cthulhu has more than me. This is one of those metrics where I'm always, or near always, going to have the smallest amount of relics based on the way that I play. And everyone is in that 200 to 220 range, because my opponent is one of the smaller ones with overall relic counts, but he makes up for it with his relic distribution. He's got a bunch of tier 5. We're pretty close in the tier 7, but the tier 8, he has just a whole bunch of tier 8 relics, and that's probably going to cause some problems for me, so we'll see how things go. In terms of the rest of the bracket, there's maybe 1 or 2 players who have similar distribution to Sarumo. I think he is one of the better players in terms of that. Mod-wise, I come in 4th on both the top 25 and top 500 averages, and count-wise, I'm good, but this is a bracket with some excellent modding, so we're going to have to be careful and be aware of that. Datacrons, say maybe 1 player is not a heavy participator in Datacrons, everybody else has. That change CG made to being able to sim nodes has increased participation, which is something that I wasn't a fan of because I was willing to put in the time and it was able to create an advantage for me, and now that advantage is pretty much non-existent at the higher levels. You can still see it at some lower levels. We saw it last week in the lower end of Kyber 2, but in the Kyber 1 to high Kyber 2 range, no such advantages to be found. 1 player without Leia, Cthulhu here without Lord Vader and Sith Eternal Emperor. There's another guy off screen. The other 6GL player doesn't have Rey, and I am of course without Rey and SLKR, which means we cannot access the 2, maybe not best, but 2 of the strong Datacron teams that exist right now. Omicron wise, my opponent, Triple Ami Malgus, that looks pretty good. Starkiller here, Triple Ami, Relic 7303 speed. We'll be paying attention to that guy when we look at the mod distribution. He's got APHRA, 1 player in the bracket without APHRA. My opponent does not have Third Sister, so there's no Third Sister CRON to worry about. 2 players without a usable Malicos. I would say my opponent has a poorly modded Malicos, Triple Ami though, and at Relic 5. And then he's got a good Bane, good BMK. That's one thing I didn't actually mention, which was the Amis. I am 2nd in the bracket. There's 1 player with 38. My opponent is 4th in the bracket. Now, 1 player without Bane, without BMK, with Baudelaire, and that is the other 6GL player who's not on screen. Let's see, everybody has Cal Kestis, and pretty good stuff. 1 player without Leviathans at this stage, pretty surprising. My opponent's got a good fleet. And really, everyone's got a good fleet except for Cthulhu, who does not have Leviathan. And if you're going to be playing with fewer GLs, I think you got to make up for it by prioritizing fleet and prioritizing some of the easier to access journey guide content. Now, this guy does have a smaller account considering he only has 172 Zetas. But right now, let's move on. Looking for Sarumo. His Swolo is actually exactly 300 speed. We're going to be looking out for that. Jump in here. We did make a few changes to my defense and my relics. We got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 50. I lost count already because I was afraid I skipped. So he has 53 characters, which gives him an advantage of maybe pretty close to 20. Maybe it's like 18 or something. But that's pretty huge. Although his Marin is incorrectly modded. Marin needs to be slow because she interrupts turn meter trains. The speed does nothing for her. So there's some quirks of modding in here where I don't think he knows some of the finer aspects, which may or may not help. Like Grandmaster Yoda does not need to be that fast. He can be fast, but there's diminishing returns on it. And then some characters like Tech, I would be prioritizing a little bit more. I'd be having BT1 definitely faster, Kellerin. You can see just a few of these. Overall, extremely good, but there's inefficiencies to be found. Now, I don't think he attacked yet, not when I was prepping my strategy. Now, here's some of the changes. One, I put Zerg here, the Imperial Remnants, on defense, because I haven't been using them. Not as good without the CRON. They'll just occupy a slot and maybe absorb a team. We got a Kellerin here with Qui-Gon. I meant to look to see if I cared or not, if I used Qui-Gon lead or Kellerin lead, and I didn't even look. Raddus, Zorii. This Zorii team trips up people pretty frequently. And then down below, what I did was, I did this at the end of last week where I just concentrated my Leia and Lord Vader. Because I want my opponent to use up some of their counters for the back wall. And then I switched up the Lord Vader comp, put Maul in there, got rid of my Cere Junda team. So Cere Junda is just not on defense anymore. I faced a version of this, I think during season 52, last 5v5, maybe even longer ago than that. And it was a little annoying. Hopefully it trips up an opponent. I don't know if it's worth maintaining, but I figured with the Night Sister CRON, get a little bit of more force user stuff going on and maybe get a hold. Really, I don't need it to though. It's really about absorbing counters so that the back wall we've got Jabba and JMK Padme. Here is where I'm looking to get the holds and stop my opponent from getting a full clear or really making them work for it. And fleet unchanged. Almost don't even need to bother clicking on this, but just so you know what I have for offense. My opponent, and I've planned out a strategy. That's one of the things that we're reintroducing, is just creating a plan instead of going into these blind. We've been doing that for about 5 months, 6 months, and my performance noticeably dropped over the early part of this year when I didn't go in with a plan. So we're back to planning out my attacks. Because I just have less room for error when I have less options than my opponents, and they usually don't have an issue with my defense. So we got Leia, Malgus, Cere Malicos, Finn Zorii, notably a Finn Zorii without Rose, and here we've got Inquisitors with a Night Sister CRON, Rey Swolo, Lord Vader, and Qui-Gon. And based on his history, I'm expecting a back wall of Mon Mothma, Iden, and Boss Kazam, which would be a pretty weak back wall. He may have changed things though. You'd think there'd be Kellerin here because he does have Kellerin. Maybe not. All right, let's start with, we're going to start here and just do Mandalorians. Mandalorians just makes this so easy and straightforward. And one of the things I've done is increased the quality of my APHRA. We could actually probably beat, well, maybe not probably, but my APHRA would have a chance at beating this, but maybe APHRA's going to turn into a Jabba counter, which I don't think we're going to be able to show this match, because I don't think my opponent sets it unless he made changes for his back wall. I've kind of felt like Bo-Katan doesn't do enough, so I'm just taking her off altogether. That may be a mistake. Hasn't been a mistake so far, but it's also one I don't feel strongly about. Crit avoidance, crit damage. Let's just roll with it. I want a level 9 CRON with the stats. Okay. This counter does require the unique Ami on Bo-Katan. That's one thing I felt pretty strongly about. Alright, let's do this. I'm going to get protection up. Okay. Let's take out Maul. Let's That eliminates Maul. Really strong counters coming from Paz. Muted for a moment because I'm on a street beloved by motorcycles. Alright. Let's take out Thrawn, and we're good. We're gonna keep armor alive. We're gonna put Beskar over onto Bo. Okay, and we should have a big attack coming pretty soon, I think. Yeah. Yeah, and this is only a Relic 7 bow. I'll take her higher for like territory battles and other purposes, but that's been good. We could do other things, but we're just going to do Starkiller. I like it in 5v5. Alright. I've got this Mace CRON. I don't feel like it does much. I feel like the protection and offense and health is doing more here. Okay. That's all fine. Let's get a little bit of tenacity down out there. Don't get it too much. Alright, let's AoE Dispel. We gotta get Shock over on Holdo, and we get it. Alright, we gotta just spam this ability and just take health away. We did get them down into... Okay, that's 2 down into the damage immunity. This is annoying. We're gonna try and spread shocks around, work towards Unleashed. I don't know, this one doesn't feel great because this feels like a very well modded team, so we might experience some issues here. I need to get... Alright, we get our debuffs. I need to land Shock before... Okay. Good, we got some shocks. Can we... is she dodging? Yeah, she's got her mastery up too much. It's fine. Do I want to do that? I'm going to hold off on this a moment, because I actually want to do some damage with it. That might... Okay, we're good. Alright. Sometimes that can be scary, and I was afraid that could have been a scary one, but we're good. Alright, damage immunity. Come on. No. Okay, that's not good. Maybe we can stun BB-8. Good. I was hoping we could get to Visas's turn. Alright. We'll do some damage, but it's not going to be enough. This is terrible. Oh, because did I not get everybody into yellow? Or did Ray avoid it? Is this not going to work because Ray... Alright, we're dead. Alright, I still wanted to risk it. I just feel like that's worth the gamble, even when it doesn't work, because when it works, it gives me a lot of flexibility. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna Bane it, because I still got options. Because I got to know what's on this back wall. I'm not waiting. Because I guess one thing, like let's say I didn't do that. I didn't use Starkiller there. What would I do with Starkiller? Like, what would I do with Starkiller that I couldn't do with... that any other team couldn't handle? Okay. We do this thing. Terrifying. Okay. AoE. Damage immunity, and now we just gotta deal with Ray. Okay. Awesome. Good. I'm going to miss this CRON. I'm going to miss it so badly. Okay, so here's some of the minor changes to this week. So when we look at the Sith, I added an Omicron on Talon. I've wanted it forever, and I decided to spoil myself. Now the question, though, is do I want to... We don't need to use SWGOH. I'm going to give you guys Marauder. Or do I want to just overpower it? Almost Relic Scion, too. I should have given him Trooper. But the thing is, this counter worked without... before the Traya Omicron was released. That's why I don't really care. It's just the 9th sister CRON I wanted to add to kind of how I'm thinking about things. I do want to see what's going to happen with this new Ami, though. Because it should make Loyal Hand stack very quickly. So we put, everybody's got pain. And yeah, so every time I attack somebody with pain, we get 1 Loyal Hand. So we got 1. We didn't have to wait until we used the second special. It's only 1. Also, if you attack Isolate, it also is going to add Loyal Hand. So if we were able to get Pain and Isolate on the same character, okay, so we got 2 there. And the next turn we'll have an AoE ability. And we should get a bunch from this. I mean, I guess it's fine. The thing is, I've faced this team before with this Ami, and when she gets those stacks of Loyal Hand up to like 20, then she becomes very dangerous. I need to take a look at her speed. Maybe I need to just get her like ridiculously fast. Yeah, because like so far I'm not feeling anything. Also, maybe it's a situation where we need to add relic levels. And now there's not enough health to really get a feel, even if we get another attack in. Yeah. I don't think it did anything. It's just interesting to see Loyal Hand increase like that. Alright, let's do the next. JKR is a relic I would like to increase. Fallen. What do I usually do? So the one thing we need to do is make sure Anakin attacks first. And he's not attacking quickly enough. There it is. Ooh, maybe we gotta think about things. You guys are taking way too long. This is not good. Revan, how long are you going to take to get you to your turn? I think Anakin might be back. Yeah, I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have done that. I thought we took way too long. I should have waited. I was just hoping. I was just hoping I had one more turn. This is a goof off then. No, let's use Queen Amidala. We've got Queen Amidala, because now we have 5 stars on Pow and Master Qui-Gon. We're gonna throw in Luminara. And I guess Anakin, because I have Anakin for some reason. Why isn't Anakin with my Qui-Gon squad? I gotta take a second look at that. Okay. Let's bring the decoy back. I mean, I don't really think we're learning too much here. Without a leader, I don't know. Okay. Let's check out that back wall and see if he has traps for me or not, or if it's the easy stuff he's been using. Yeah, it's the easy stuff. No, we're good. Now I'm just counting on my defense to cause him problems, because Qui-Gon issue. All right, what we're doing here is we're gonna do Inquisitors. And pull out this CRON. Alright, I'm going to throw Torture over on Drogon. So I want to take him out right away. Let's do this. Get rid of the days. I'm going to AoE because I wanted to hit that Torture. Do the same deal. Okay, now Drogon's down. Okay. All right. All right, we good. It's nice having two options for Leia. What else would I normally do here? Let's just take... I just want to have 5 Jedi for a CRON. I guess I could undersize it? Nah, I don't want to do that. I have not watched the Acolyte yet because the NBA draft was today and that was my priority. And it was a little weird, but also at the same time not as weird as I thought it was going to be. Like I was hoping for chaos, and I would say it was a little muted. Couple trades. There are bigger things with like the trades before the draft occurred. Those were crazy. Like the McCall Bridges trade. Incredible. And then you had the Caruso-Giddy trade, which I actually really liked for both teams. Okay. Alright, Fallen's down. Trooper. We're just working on teachings even though it doesn't matter. Boom. Yeah, none of this matters. This is it's kind of disappointing how this team went from like interesting to go up against to just completely boring. Like some counters are fun to play and this is like paint by numbers stuff. Alright, we're gonna do Sith Eternal Emperor here. What do we got? Alright, let's take you. We'll take you. Take you. We need more Sith. Now let's get guard. I like this ignore taunt one. Alright. Why can't I click off you? Alright, we'll swap. We're going to get to some basketball nonsense in a moment. Oh, that's why. Because he didn't have a debuff. She has a debuff. Okay, it's the CRON that was confusing me. Because I wasn't looking at the, what's it called as a debuff, even though it is. Okay. Just paying a little bit of attention to what we're doing for a moment, because I don't feel like this is going great. Yeah, I think this is going quite poorly. Yeah, see, not a fan of any of this. What? How did this go so poorly? Well, that actually messes things up quite a bit. And it kind of gives me a place where I could use a Starkiller. We'll come back to that once I give myself a moment to think. And we'll do an actually fun counter. Alright. Yeah. So do I need to pay attention, or can we rant about basketball? So Ricochet, I think, is kind of a weird first overall pick. And it's kind of unfortunate for him because with this draft, with there being no consensus first overall, and with it likely that he's going to struggle because he's not a star and there are no stars in the draft, that's not going to do anything for fans and casual people to expect a first overall pick to act like a first overall pick, to perform like a first overall pick. So he is going to be receiving a lot of criticism that is probably beyond what he deserves once the season starts. Okay, let's heal up. This is all good. Okay. Can I heal one more time before? No, we're not going to get our opportunity. Alright, we're coming back to that. Is that why? I don't know. Alright, we're going to WAMPA this, just get it out of the way. We're going to make up for some lost banners. So WAMPA. Take some stats. Hoping we can at least pick apart that Serjunda. Like, because, like, we take APHRA, for instance. APHRA's not going to be a counter. But if she can pick off a couple people. Are you kidding me? Jesus. This is mods. Like, this is this guy's mods. That's what's going on here. That's what you're witnessing. Because that is what you saw there is why I usually say Relic 5 is not enough for your Wampa. You should be having a high Relic Wampa, especially not any of those Relic 3 Wampas that you'll sometimes see. Because it's not going to survive those kinds of hits. And mine just went down to this guy. And that's mods. We'll check what Datacron he had after this, but that was ridiculous. That's what we're starting to see here is some of these issues where we're getting held up a couple times. It's because this guy's mods. Come on. I'm not... We're at a point, though, where I need my defense to hold. Like, I still think I can clear. But now my winning is going to be dependent on him not clearing me. Okay. Like, even this Iden team is just doing work. Jeez. Like, they forced a sacrifice. I need you to stand up, Gas. It's ridiculous. Just excellent mods from this guy. I'm gonna do this right now. Alright. We're good. Yeah. Well, one shot, sure, in a moment. Okay, we're good. Although, what was this? That's it? Okay. That means, what do we got? We got APHRA, we got Swolo. I have my own Cere. Got Hondo. And we have Bad Batch. And Iden. What do I want to do? I think I want to do Hondo here. Because I want to save stuff to just keep throwing at Cere. I think Cure is the way to go. Alright, let's capture Bosk so we don't have to deal with the taunt. And we can go after Zam. Everybody's supposed to die, so I don't care about any of that. Good. Zam's down. Okay. Alright, now I've got my 10 ransom over on Hondo. Maybe I shouldn't let them get a contract, whatever, it's gonna happen. I guess they can still stun me, that's a problem. Alright, capture again. If we get to, I don't know, if we get to 25, I might feel good. Oh, we should be good then, we're at 35. Oh, a little scary. We got 8 armor shred Jeez. The armor shred might counteract the ransom. We got to take her out. No, it's... Man, I needed to put capture on her. She's the threat. Yeah, we gotta take her out. We gotta take her out now. Okay, we're good. Okay. The disaster averted. A bit scarier than I thought it was going to be, because I didn't factor in all those armor shreds from her. What am I going to do here? Like, I could do Bad Batch and stuff, but this preloaded turn meter. Do I have a Veer squad? No. I need a Relic Stormtrooper, because then I could have Dark Trooper back to them. I got to add him to my list. Alright, I'm probably going to do Bad Batch there, but I'm going to hold off on this for the moment, because they got preloaded turn meter, and we got to start picking apart Cere with their preloaded turn meter. And I think I'm gonna... No, we don't have Malicos though. Do I want to do this anyway? What would happen? No, we're not doing this. There's not enough. We just got to do APHRA. Alright, and then a dark side CRON. This is not gonna work at all. Malicos is gonna shut down the revive, which means we're just gonna have one shot at this. Is there a potency CRON? Protection. Here we go. I'd rather have the stats. All right. Let's see if we get a little bit lucky. I just want to make progress. I don't need to win. Okay, so we get this going. Do the torture. My turn order's still the way that I want it. A little worried about Malicos. AoE. Alright. No! I can't lose BT1. That's the only thing I care about. I'm not going to attack Malicos, so we're going to do this ability he can't counter on him. Okay. Don't like any of that. Clear the foresight, I guess. Don't touch things. Alright, goodbye, friend. Yeah, this is about what I thought was going to happen. Can we take... Is that damage immunity or advantage? Damage immunity. I'm going to... The protection up was down, so I decided to give it a shot. We're still going to attack Malicos. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's huge. Huge, 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 huge. Okay. They can still prevent revives though, so that part doesn't matter. But maybe we can take out a second body. I can still bring a friend though. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Armor Shred. I'm just trying to get to an advantage. Just a nice advantage. Okay. We're going to win it. Awesome. APHRA, I love you so much. Alright, let's, keep doing it. Boom, boom, boom. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about basketball now, because now we can goof off. We're definitely full clearing now. Little scary. Because his mods ripped apart my Sith Eternal Emperor. He might even be able to kill my Sidious. Let's give this a shot, because it would help with banners if it works. I'm just concerned his mods are gonna take me out before I can recover. Especially without this turn meter. How'd you rip apart my WAMPA, and then with all that preloaded turn meter you didn't? My WAMPA's good. Okay. Alright, first two picks, Ricochet and APHRA. I don't like either of them. Ricochet, I like probably a little bit more. I think it's a bad fit in Atlanta. APHRA, I don't like that he doesn't really seem like a competitor. He's always taken the easy way. And that even though he has a lot of the physical gifts that you would want in a player, I don't really believe in him. Because he could have played in the Spanish League, opted out and went to OTE instead of like college and his other options. So he went to an easier league. And then instead of going to the G League, again instead of going to the harder league, went to Australia, and in either situation wasn't that good. So even though a lot of people believe in him, those are some flags. My team, the Pistons, they took Ron Holland, who I didn't like the pick. I'm working on being okay with it. The only thing I like about it is he's young, and he's one of the more athletic players in the draft. Like Cere, by some accounts, Cere is the most athletic, and Holland is the second most. What I like is that he was the top player in his high school class, which doesn't always mean something, but it can mean something. And the Pistons just need talent at this point. So even though he doesn't fit the team, when you're as bad as the Pistons are, that's like not a concern. You can't be worrying about fit. Okay. That's fine. This should also be fine. Alright, what's going on? Now's my turn. Yeah, we're gonna definitely do it this way. Sometimes I go after the Fury class interceptor because I know the bomber is weak enough where I can take it out quick, like right now. Because otherwise I'd be taking out the bomber, but it would be healthy enough where it could survive. Or where it would have gone down anyway. And the Fury class interceptor may have taken longer to make some progress on. You're probably fine either way. So the picks I liked, Reed Shepherd I liked, Tejan Salon I like a lot. Devin Carter to the Kings I like a lot. Devin Carter seems just like one of those types of guys who's going to have like a 15-year career. Well, he's older, probably more like a 10-year career. The Lakers just got stupid lucky and just ended up getting Dalton Knecht, just the best fit possible for them. It's ridiculous. Alright, can we just take this out? No. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna take this and do it this way. Would you guys just stop it? Oh my god, just go down. This is ridiculous. Okay. Now we got Profundity, which we do a mirror on, because I don't want to mess around with this thing. Although there is a Malevolence counter that I should probably learn. Okay. I got some terrible RNG last time. Okay. See right there, I got no assists. Don't like that. Give me the assists. Okay, he's down. Not crazy about that. Alright, let's go to Cass. See if we can get some better assisting onto the Outrider. Alright, good. That's how things are supposed to go. I'm gonna hit Biggs. Okay. The other team that made a really nice pick was the Sixers. Like, this draft still has a lot of interesting players. It's just weak. It's just without stars. But there's good role players. Okay. Okay. Negotiator mirror. But he probably has the better negotiator. I don't think he's going to have an issue. I think this might be a two-shot. Sometimes I feel like this doesn't go great for me. Do I want a triple attacker? Yeah, we're probably fine. Okay. Oh, I don't want the... Well, we're probably fine, but still, this is not what I wanted. How do we want to play this? I need to make my negotiator faster, is what's very clear here. I'm gonna lose these guys. Oh, that's right, it doesn't dispel that stuff. It's terrible. Okay. I'm fine not taking out Anakin. What I want is him to be in the red. Ah, Plo, why you gotta mess my plans up? Just such a dumb. Alright, fine. Alright, we gotta just pick this apart. I think we should do Hondo. Yeah, if I get stuck here, I'll be very annoyed. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Okay, which one's the recovery? Taunt, Colossus. Small recovery, or yeah, let's do that. Okay, wobble. I want the turn meter. Okay, whatever. Now we're gonna bring out Comeuppance. Yes. We gotta hit these exposes carefully. So right now, we do this. Boom. Great. I don't think I want to do the AoE. No, I do want to do the AoE. The AoE, the problem with the AoE is it's going to mess up the comeuppance. Because we want to hit the exposes. I'm going to hold off on it, and I'm going to kind of regret it. Oh, well, they lost it anyway. Okay. I'm saving this now for another reason, because we don't have deflector shield on it. Okay, now we do this. Now we do this. Okay. Little scared. Let's take him out. Plo, right? Yeah, Plo messing my stuff up. Alright. I want a tank. We need a special. I gotta get deflector shield. Little worried about this. Okay, with that, the dodges were huge. Oh, no. Come on. Boom. Okay. All right, we're good. I don't even want to attack that right now. I want to take out... I need to take out somebody. Okay. Down. But the thing is, without exposed, they're not going to call assists. Or foresight. No, with foresight they call us. No, no. Yeah, they have to have exposed. Fine, let's just do stuff. Fine. That gives expose. Whatever. We accomplished what I needed to accomplish. Okay. He's attacking right now. So we can at least see how motivated he's going to be. But with the number of attempts I took, he might feel... He's probably going to feel motivated. Because we didn't face that many GLs. Like, he's going to have JML, JMK, SLKR, Sith Eternal. He's going to have those 4, and Jabba. He's going to have 5 GLs for offense. He's not going to have any issues. Plus Bane. Plus Sidious. Now this... He can get through me. Because that is a terrible banner total. And who'd you attack? Okay, he took out Leia. Leia's there to absorb a counter. Alright, we'll check back, see if he does more, or if he's just going to give it to me or not. Okay, we can call it. The lower territory, you can see CLS here taking 3 attempts. That's a surprise. You don't really see CLS do things like that too much these days because there's plenty of counters. That's very impressive. The top territory here, this is great. See, we get an attempt with Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. That is always welcome. But here, this is what this is really about. 6 attempts on Finn Zorii. And this is what I mean about you want to go after newer characters, even though Finn Zorii is a little bit older at this point. But also why you shouldn't shouldn't be afraid to use Gear 11, Gear 12 characters when the kits are good. Because this is the type of thing that somebody's going to look at this, think it's nothing, not really respecting how powerful the kit is. And this is just an excellent squad, and most of it you can build for relatively low cost. You can at least save some Kairos by not taking them up to Relics, or even Gear 12, because that's why some of them are still at Gear 11. And then the lower territory, you can see Padme here. This is why we had the front wall that we did, to chew up some counters, so that when he got to this Padme CRON, it was going to take some work, and we get 4 attempts out of it. That's exactly what I wanted to see from her. And then it comes down to Fleet, where probably would have had the win regardless at that point, even though his defense did strip a lot of banners, but he couldn't beat the Leviathan in one and gave up from there. And that gives us the start we needed for this week of Grand Arena, because this guy had some of the more impressive elements. Excellent mods, like kind of ridiculously excellent mods that we saw shut down my WAMPA Mon Mothma counter, and really excellent relics, arguably the best relics in the bracket. So we're going to keep pushing and see if we can make it to Kyber 1 again. We can at least, I feel pretty good that we're going to be able to go 2-1 this week. If we can go 3-0 again, that should be enough for Kyber 1. 2-1 I don't expect to be. But thanks for watching. Be excellent to each other, everybody. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.